in a vice presidency. When he win, Nima win. If I win, Nima win. Nothing change the vice presidency from Nima.
So how many between the rock and the hard place? It's a difficult thing for them and no strategy. I listen to one representative. He on the radio. Oh, Jamaica. There are some people you can't respond to, brother. I pass you long time. I can't respond to you. When you beat me, I can't respond to you. You were taught for now to Christ can. You and my son get taught. And you listen to me, you know he said.
I will be a candidate. I say to you, with humility, with resolve, and with the full weight of everything we have built together, hand in hand, chapter by chapter, sacrifice by sacrifice, I will be a candidate.
You were getting opportunity, you did not manage it well. Because you did not manage your opportunity, take the back seat. Let Liberian people listen and give this president his chance to work. Why you left in the mansion, you want to come back? Why you left there, you want to come back?
The regime were quick under the fear. The political unity of the opposition, they are already quivering. So they appointed A.B. Gourmand already immediately because of the Georgia mission. So if you don't appoint A.B. will go to the opposition. Appoint him, Mr. President. They say Kabila China is coming. You will lose Kabila, you will lose A.B. But the president is appointing. Whether he makes sense, he makes sense, appoint A.B. So A.B. is benefiting from opposition unity. Amanda.
If you say Johnny by your celebrant should be here, your secretary general should be here, your youth channel should be here. See what my political institution will say you come out of power. But Joviana here, he might be not chosen here. Jamaica Cody say I know in Wagona country. That's why I know when you come out now, you won't be preaching or you won't be what. You don't see why you see this here? We are focusing on governance. That's why we will never get space for Mr. Weir. Because Mr. Weir have done against control over the past 6 years. Today, our mothers are selling the market, they sell to 10 o'clock. You know what? Because they are not being intimidated and harassed by Sabu unit. Since they go, by 5,000 they will leave the market. Go there. The reason why the reason why the total celebration or joyful celebration all across the world is because you have systems that have been put into place.
If you want more banks to open, if you want investment to come, they have to have confidence in our government. A government that they must respect. A government that they can rely on. A government that has the reputation to attract. Otherwise, the bad businesses like these drug people who come here.
For anybody, including Madam President, to think or insinuate or try to make Liberians believe that it was just 2 years ago that drugs started to come into our country and overrun our country. It is a disservice to Nigeria. $100 million worth of cocaine was brought through the National Food.
The brand new morning
thanks to the Almighty God for giving us life again. Good morning to all of you who are up this morning and going about your normal business. And to the taxi drivers who are always elevating the broadcast, we want to appreciate you this morning. Good morning to all of our silent listeners. Welcome to the OK Morning Rush on OKFM 99.5. 13 minutes past 7 o'clock. So folks, welcome wherever you are. Today is of course Thursday, the 13th day of August 2026. Today marks exactly 6 months since Justin Opayezien was sentenced for 6 months for contempt of the Supreme Court. And it is expected that he will be released on today. So we'll bring you the commercials this morning on the OK Morning Rush coming up shortly. Yes, and of course, we'll bring you the regional update and go online to recognize those of you who have joined the broadcast this morning, as usual. And a lot of other things to talk about, different topics, different political debates. But at least we'll throw some light on the entire Justin Opayezien or Prophet Key issue this morning. Are there being lessons learned? Is it just wasting water on the duck's back, like we would say in our Liberian parable? So we'll talk about some of that and have interaction with you on the phone this morning. So I've actually around 8 o'clock, we will speak with the former superintendent of Maryland County, George Proud. So George Proud is former superintendent of Maryland County. And recently we understand he resigned from his party. Though on his Facebook page he said he was returning home to the ruling party. So we thought to speak with him to give us some reasons. In fact, let him tell us when he was superintendent of Maryland County, what are some of the things he did there in the county that the people can remember that yes, George Proud was our superintendent. And a lot more will talk with him. If his distance would not permit him to be here in person, we'll still speak with him by phone. And we're holding on, have some interaction with the public up to 9 o'clock. Of course, at 9 o'clock, we will have with us a veteran Liberian legal practitioner, former Solicitor General of the Republic of Liberia, former Labor Minister, former presidential candidate, he is also the political leader of the Liberia People's Party, the LPP. Councillor Tiawan Say Gonglo will be our guest at 9 o'clock this morning to 10 o'clock. We'll talk about different national issues ranging from his party to the drug investigation, other legal issues happening in the country. And we're asking questions about what he thinks about yes, this whole, drug investigation, arrest, charging people, going to court and all of that. What has been his personal assessment of this entire issue? And of course, we'll ask him what he makes of the governance of the country currently as it stands. So yes, that is what will be happening here. 9 o'clock straight to 10 o'clock. Councillor Tiawan Gonglo will be our guest here. I'm trying to lay my hands on the folder with the commercials so that I can bring them up shortly. Maybe AB can just come in and lay them out for me right here. So again, this is the OK Morning Rush on OKFM 99.5. I am your host this morning, Marka Davis. So we're here up to 10 o'clock this morning, and of course Friday as usual I will be here to drop you through on the show. So you are my friend for the weekend, so yes, please stay on. Let's ride together up to 10 o'clock this morning, and we will start tomorrow again in the morning. So yes, thanks for joining. I'm just trying to lay my hands on the commercials so I can bring them up for you right here on the OK Morning Rush on OKFM 99.5. Yes, so let's do that. So again, if you are just joining the broadcast, we'd love to say welcome to all of our people who are celebrating in August. We want to wish you all the best. Those of you who have done already, happy belated birthday to you. Those who are yet to celebrate, like my sister Grace Guy, who will be celebrating on the 23rd of August, happy pre-birthday to you and the rest of the August family. And of course, September is right around the corner, the month that I celebrate my birthday, as well as my daughter Michaela Davis. So yes, let's go for the commercials to be back shortly. This is the OK Morning Rush. Let's go for the commercials and be right back. Stay tuned. Don't go away.
We are passionate.
Hey, Tanu, I need cash and there is no ATM around here.
Really? Did you try the EcoBank POS?
POS? I said I need cash. What is it about POS?
Judy, you can get your cash through the POS. All you need to do is to visit any EcoBank Express point or petrol trade gas station and request to use the POS. Guess what? It can also take other bank cards.
Oh, widow, you mean cards from banks overseas too?
Yes, it should just be your Visa card.
Wow, great. So when there is no ATM around me, I will just use the POS to get my money fast. EcoBank has made it too easy, man. EcoBank an innovation that will thrive in six. So
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
I say, my people, First National Savings and Loans Liberia not do it again. Oh, I say, my people, y'all listen. First National Savings and Loan Liberia not do it again. Oh,
But when I compu, why you shouting all around the place like you not found bank manager well so?
Namo, even if I found bank manager well, I would be very happy.
Like how now?
Because all the things that the First National Savings and Loans Liberia doing, it will really take away our stress. Oh.
In what way it will take away your stress?
Look, Namo, if you're looking for a good place to save your money you suffer for, or you want your money to receive good interest over a period of time, then go to the First National Savings and Loans Liberia. At First National Savings and Loans Liberia, you can open savings account, current account, church savings, SUSU savings, and mobile banking. You will get account SMS alerts right away, meaning as soon as you save the money, you will get message in your phone right away that you not save the money.
So compu, the way you not do all
all the fancy there. So what I should do now if I want to open my own account?
Damo, when it comes to opening saving account for church, school, and organization, you can call them and they can open the account for you right to your own house, school, church, or organization. If you want to pay your children's school fees, you can also do it when you call them too. Try to join them to make things easy for yourself.
I already missing good to you.
Also, First National Savings and Loans Liberia can offer you different ways to do what the poor people call fixed deposit, or to keep your money starting from 13% per annual, meaning per year, for Liberian dollars deposit, and 10.25% per annual, meaning also per year, for United States dollars deposit, for what the poor people call fixed deposit. First National Savings and Loans Liberia. We are located on 10th Street, Sinker. Better still, you can call us on 0779-206-231 or 0886-027-466, and we will come to you. First National Savings and Loan Liberia is a microfinance deposit taking institution. At First National Savings and Loans Liberia, we put you and your business first.
LEC, yeah, LEC. Good morning, Mahawa. Thank God you're working with LEC and you are here. Mahawa, I get a big problem, yeah. They finished stealing my LEC meter, yeah. I don't even know what to do.
Collie, don't worry. All you need to do is to go to the nearby LEC Customer Service Center or LEC Waterside office. And when you go there, you must carry a letter telling them that your meter was stolen. Tell them the main day they steal your meter, the meter number, the place you live in, your full name, and your phone number. Now, all you need to do.
What will happen when I carry the letter?
Good question, Cody. LEC gets some record there. They call them the LEC Customer Service Agent. They will take the letter and look at all the things that you put inside and quick, black or close that meter, so nobody will be able to buy it or use it. Or when they put money on it, it will not work. If you don't report that your meter that was stolen, somebody will be using it. And if you were having money on the meter before they steal it, when they give your new meter, the money will still be on your meter, yeah, until you yourself you choose to use it when they finish.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Good news there. That the only way they steal the meter and they steal the LEC wire, then it will stop. Mahawa.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, yeah. I want to put current in my new house. What am I gonna do for LEC to help me to put current in our house?
Hey, brother Cody, that one is an easy thing. Just go to LEC office and tell them you want current in your new house. They will give you one paper they call a application form. On that form, you will put your full name, the place you live in, your phone number, and put any of your ID, like number 1, national ID card, 2, passport, number 3, photos card, 4, driver license. The LEC people then will look at all the things in Google. When it correct, the LEC people then will send their workers with one paper called service order in your community to check good and see whether your new house get good wiring and installation for them to put current inside. Right after that, they will tell you how much you will pay to a bank account. If that's single phase meter, you will pay 79.10 USD. But on a 3-phase meter, you will pay $384.20 USD. When the finance people then see the money in their system, LEC will say, "Work quick to put current in your new house."
I want that all right. It's not bad at all. But Mahawa, I want to know again, yeah? If my meter stop working or I put money inside and I won't go, what am I going to do?
My brother, that one is easy. You can report anything. I mean anything like you have to do with LEC business inside by going to LEC Customer Service Center, or you call LEC Call Center on 4500, or you send an email to customerservice@lecliberia.com, or you can even carry a letter telling them what happened to you, whether the meter stopped working or you put money and the money can go. LEC will look at all the things that you put in your letter. Check it, Google. Then LEC will send workers quick to your house and change your meter or to show you how to do it.
Thank you plenty, Mahawa. They say anything I know, a people pass you.
Oh yeah.
I know what to do now.
Oh, okay, well, let's see, Okwadi. LEC is committed to providing reliable service and supporting every customer. LEC is committed to providing reliable service and supporting every customer. Yeah,
Electricity Corporation, powering Liberia, serving you better.
A message from the Liberia Electricity Corporation, LEC.
They make the light shine so bright. I tell you, yeah. LEC. Fellow Liberian, come, my fellow Liberian, come.
The Liberia Revenue Authority, LRA, informs all taxpayers and the general public of the ongoing registration exercise for medium and large taxpayers in preparation for the transition to the value-added tax VAT regime. The registration process includes the deployment of an electronic invoicing system in accordance with Section 55C of the Revenue Code of Liberia as amended and the Income Tax EFD regulation. All concerned taxpayers are encouraged to register online on the LRA website www.lra.gov.lr by clicking on the Online Services tab, selecting GST or VAT registration, and completing the registration process. A team from the LRA will visit your premises to provide support for the registration process. Taxpayers are strongly advised to fully cooperate with the LRA registration teams to ensure successful registration and smooth deployment of the electronic invoicing system. Failure to comply with the registration requirements may result in penalties as prescribed under the amended Revenue Code, including other punitive measures. Please note that pursuant to the Liberia Tax Amendment Act of December 2025, approved on March 24, 2026, the Goods and Services Tax GST rate has been adjusted from 12% to 13% as part of efforts to facilitate a smooth transition to the value-added tax VAT system in 2027. For more information, visit the LRA website www.lra.gov.lr or call 0770 572 572. Signed, Marka P. Crote, Commissioner, Domestic Tax Department.
Fellow Liberian, fellow Liberian, come, my fellow Liberian.
Good news, good news, good news. The National Insurance Corporation of Liberia, NACO, says civil servants can now insure their cars, keke, motorbikes, and pay through a 6-month salary deduction with no stress. I say no stress. This is how it works. NACO says you are not paying the amount in full and no more police harassment on your way to and from work. It covers both third-party and comprehensive motor vehicle insurance. This is what you need to do as a civil servant. Apply for the legal power of attorney, the LPA, credit through your human resource manager, and get your approval message and proceed to NICOL office in Congo Town on the 3rd floor of the NP House opposite Singa Palace Hotel with your vehicle documents and your national ID card to obtain your insurance policy. NACO also serve the public and provide great discounts for all your insurance needs, including term, medical, and life insurance, business and home insurance against fire and allied perils, public liability, bonds, marine and cargo insurance, and many more. Civil servants, what are you waiting for? Rush now and get your vehicle insurance at NACO and pay over 6 months through salary deductions. For more information, you can call or WhatsApp us on 777-964-265 or inbox NACO Facebook page. NACO, your insurance partner you can trust.
From the heart
Are you looking for quality and healthy beats for whatever occasion for reasonable price? Then worry no more. Brown Hop Liberia got you covered. At Brown Hop Liberia, we sell healthy, hygienical raised pig for only $350 Liberian dollars per pound. Our pigs are born and raised in Liberia according to high European standards of hygiene and care. You are welcome to visit our farm in Bombing County or come to UCI at Freeport to choose your pig, weigh it, pay, and take it home. For more information, inquiry, or reservation, contact Brown Hawk Liberia via WhatsApp on 0770-888-804 or call 0880-900-041. Brown Hawk Liberia, quality you see, cleanliness you can trust.
Healthy pigs, quality you trust. From the heart of
Are you looking for quality?
Well, thanks for being there. This is the OK Morning Rush on OK FM 99.5. So let's see what are some of the latest news happening in the region. Yes, let's see what are some of the major news happening in the region. Okay, this one says Ebola outbreak on track to be deadliest ever, WHO chief says. So it says the current outbreak of Ebola in the Democratic Republic of Congo is on track to surpass the deadliest outbreak of the disease ever. The Director General of the World Health Organization has said. Tedros Ghebreyesus told reporters that the 2026 outbreak at its current pace will eclipse that of the 2014-2016 occurrence, which killed at least 11,000 people. The outbreak this year, declared on 15 May, has seen at least 4,300 cases and caused more than 2,000 deaths. The WHO said on Wednesday it hoped to reverse the spread of the disease within 3 months, but warned that this meant bringing transmission under control, not ending the outbreak entirely. The epidemic was only officially declared in May, but it is believed the outbreak began at least 3 months before then, health officials said this week. We are chasing the virus. The virus is ahead of us, WHO Africa Director Dr. Mohamed Janabi said at a news conference in the city of Borneo, near the center of the outbreak. He cited research showing that the virus started spreading in February and was initially misdiagnosed as malaria or typhoid. The 2026 outbreak is caused by the rare Bondi-Boyo species of Ebola, which has previously caused only 2 known outbreaks in 2007 and 2012. No approved vaccines or recognized therapeutic drugs can treat this species of the virus, according to the BBC. Ongoing regional instability, regional instability near the location of the outbreak in the east of DR Congo has added to challenges in controlling the spread of the disease. As a result, health workers are only reaching about 30% of cases, according to the Africa CDC boss. That is it. Let's also see from Nigeria, where more than 300 people adopted in separate attacks in Nigeria have been rescued. The country's presidency says in what it describes as the largest single-day operation by joint security. Well, this is an ever since story, at least 7 days ago. Yeah, so again, other countries around Congo will have to put in place serious precautionary measures to prevent the spread of the Ebola virus. Like I said the other day, each time there is an Ebola outbreak, there is always a new strain, coming, which makes it very expensive to fight. Because, for example, if vaccine was developed to cure or prevent the previous strains that came out, these same medications will be, very difficult to cure the new, the new one or the new outbreak. So it is kind of, testing, medical scientists to continue to research, to continue to, you know, produce new vaccines, because every time there will be new, species of Ebola coming up. But we wish the people in Congo all the best. Yeah, we wish them all the best. But let's see, those of you who have joined us this morning on our page on OK FM online, and look at some of you who are following. So let's go for it this morning. Yeah, this is the OK Morning Rush on OK FM 99.5, and we are broadcasting from our main studios here on Lynch Street in Central Monrovia. Hanafi Jalo has joined us this morning. He said he's following from District 10. Emmanuel T. Dongbo Jr. is also following this morning from 6th Street in Sinko. Adaman Lamin Toure is following as well this morning. Sir Anthony Gassimi has joined us also, but he says he's Anthony Swa following from Bon Mines China Union Camp. Tipote Joseph has also joined us this morning. Okay, he says he's joining us this morning. Sylvester Neo Kolo is also following. Jusu M. Suare has joined us as well. Amarase is following. Prabi Mba Raf D. Wilson has joined us. Apeti Endurance is also following this morning. He says his name is Adolphus B. Bawa, following from Tusafi, resident in Gartnersville. Bele Wulu has joined us from District Number 2 in Grand Jida County. Thanks for joining. S. Ali Ayuba Keita is also following. Say Guanon Jr. is following. Hezekiah Doe has joined us as well from District 17, Montserrat County. George Vanning is following. Lois Luogon. Demosco Moses Nonga is following. Frederick Salif Hilton Walajedo is following from Greenville City in Santa County. Prince Tamanyuma is also following. Vani Tuma has joined us as well. Romeo Shannon is following. P. Natu Yadatu is also following. He says from River G County, Biepo, Jokwiken City. Joshua Tutu has joined us. Rati Blidi is following from the Philippines. He says Sensi Kroma has also joined us this morning. Daniel Tante, as usual. Rahim Eli is following. P. Issa Thali is also following this morning. Johnny Coleman Sr. has joined us. Daniel Sherman is following. Solomon S.K. Nongba. Prince Goto has joined us. Oransek Dawolo is following as well. BN Wifa is following. And Ruben Kanen, Darlington Rue has joined. Thanks to all of you who are following us this morning. It is great to have you on this morning. So just this short break to be right back. Thanks to all of you who are following. We cannot just mention all of you. Yes, let me do something with my phone quickly. Then we'll return to talk about, some of the things that are happening in the country. Quickly, I'll be back. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. You know, again, this is Liberia for us, and I will start by saying all of us have an obligation and responsibility to contribute in any way that we can make the country what we want it to be. You know, I know government takes, huge duty and responsibility, but citizens also have, very important roles to play in ensuring how safe the country is, how stable the country is, how the country, develops. Because in the first place, even the infrastructure that we develop, citizens should be able to, protect the infrastructure. And if we will go to other countries and praise how their streets look, how their cities are organized, we should be, able to also see how we can, make our own country better. And one of the issues, just in passing, everybody is yearning for development, to the extent that we've taken the whole development debate to politics now, that we argue about projects and all of that. But something that I don't know whether authorities are paying attention to is how people are even selling land in the country. Yeah, the Liberia Land Authority, how people are selling land in the country. Are people just going ahead selling the alleyways, selling you own an estate, you are selling the property, but you do not leave space for recreation, you do not leave space for public school, you do not leave space for public market, you do not leave space, I mean, for anything. So once, for example, they say this 25 acre is for um so I don't know what the legality around it is, but once you say somebody owns a land, maybe an entire community, they will say, oh yeah, the family property, so they are putting it up for sale. People are going there buying, 1 acre, 2 acres, one lot, two lots, and people are just buying. Are there regulations on whether there should be some of the space preserved for public use, for recreation purpose, for example, for public school? Because you can't tell me that you want to sell a whole estate and just give it to private people, no space for public use, no space for public market, no space, even the roads in the community are sold, and market, nothing, recreation. At the end of the day, you will see the young people playing, football or soccer or maybe any sports anywhere on somebody's private property. Once that person gets ready to develop that property, there is nowhere for the young people to play. There's nowhere for public gathering. There's nowhere for market. Either you are using somebody's private space and paying for a public market, or before the government can construct a school, there will be negotiation to go and either buy back from that estate administrator or owner. I mean, can we try to enforce whether there is any regulation that when people are selling land, whether in a new community, like for example on the Roberts International Airport Highway, I know people are selling land there, on a very large scale in Johnsonville, along the Kakata Highway, Fender area, you know, Bentor area and all of that. People are selling land and all of that. Are we taking note of whether there should be space for public use? I think these kind of things should be very important. And again, we will criticize, oh yes, Morovia is old now. We can do any restructuring or new laying out of the city of Monrovia. But the emerging new cities, what are we doing? What kind of design are we giving the emerging new cities? Or except the government declare a land and say, well, we are going to construct a brand new city. I mean, how are we laying out the new emerging cities in the country? How are we laying out the new, emerging communities to ensure that tomorrow when we have emergency, I mean, when these places are developed now into a full-fledged residential city where there's no way for you to do anything, that we can ensure that when fire outbreak is somewhere, the fire truck can have access smoothly to respond immediately. That when there are health emergencies, ambulances can locate, buildings or places where people are and give emergency medical care. Some of these things. I mean, just a food for thought this morning. Let's think about some of these things. We can be thinking about modernization and we still be doing, arcade things. I mean, we should be thinking about these things. People who are selling land, what are they doing? How are they selling land? Today, when we're ready for development, we have to be breaking other people's property. And you know how frustrating it is when you live somewhere for 10 years, 15 years, for government to come and mark X on it and tell you this place is in the alleyway. Therefore, because we want to open the roads, we will have to break it down. At the end of the day, people are disenchanted and it comes back to politics, because Liberia is a political country. It comes back to politics to say, oh, because you're breaking our places down, we will not vote for you in the next election. So we have to plan this country holistically. If we say we are recovering from the war that we fought, how we destroyed this country, the recovery plan should be holistic. The recovery plan should be holistic. We should not be going back and be doing things again. Every time we build new road, after 5 years we'll come back and redo the roads. We build road, after every 5 years, we come back to redo. I mean, that's waste of resources. If we want to do development, we do development once and for all. For example, if we say we're doing the Western Corridor as say Perfect Fort is doing now, we should ensure that Perfect Fort is doing that road once and for all with a guarantee of at least 30 years or 50 years. Before we talk about maintenance, 25 years, 20 years, before we start to talk about maintenance, maybe I'm not an engineer though, we should be thinking development holistically. We can come for small narrow road, then next time the other government go take grant to kind and make it 4 lane. We know very well that this road is supposed to be 4 lane or 6. We should be graduating up to 6 now. Because if you look at the population growth in the country, we must be serious and holistic about developing the country. We were here, we have money to build the Rabat International Airport road. If we were thinking development holistically, we would have placed maybe 6 lane road over there since 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10. By this time, we are never talking about Rafi Highway again. Here we are in 2026, we are still building 4 lane on Rafi Highway. Today, government is talking about expanding the Toppen Boulevard to 6 lane. Our Liberia 6 lane. So you see how we do development and it carries us backward? We're doing development backward. We are doing should I call it Western Corridor, or better still, the road leading from here going to as far as Grand GDA. We are doing it, with the same thing. Maybe 10 years from now, we'll come back to say, oh, the population growth in the southeast, is huge. The traffic flow, goods and services, people moving. So we have to expand the road again. So you see, we continue to do development backward. But this is what it is. I just thought to mention this morning that when policy makers are in the hall, when they are talking policy, thank God the president likes to call cabinet meeting often. Just that these cabinet meetings, they focus on specific issues and sector. But sometimes in these big meetings, we should consider some of these things. Recently, you were reviewing your 1 year implementation of the arrest agenda for development, inclusive development, right? So these are some of the conversations we should be having when we are engaging investment, donor partners. We should be clear with what we want to do. We don't want to lay the Western Corridor Road and after 10 years again say, no, the population in Western Liberia is huge, let redo the road. I mean, let's do development once and for all. If it is slow, let it be slow, but let it be permanent. If the pace is slow, it should be, but it should be permanent. We can't be doing one road after every 5 years. You understand? After 5 years, we do the same road. After 10 years, we come back to do the same road. I mean, that's backward development. Yeah, so just to say, so we will actually join George Proud at 8:15. Yes, we'll talk with him for 45 minutes. 8:15, we'll join him. So today we expect that Justin Opa Yezian will be out today. It is expected. You know, this is a man whose influence grew a lot. He was able to, one way or the other, control the narratives in the country. But his mode of presentation, a lot of Liberians, while for political reasons, some people hailed him, praised him, and said, "Oh yes," or "Hail the prophet." Deep down in their hearts, if they had the opportunity to make Prophet Key to present his ideas in a different way, using different words, they would have done it. But only because of his level of influence, they believe if he start to turn against you as a person or as a political part or your political party, you know, it will be maybe detrimental to your party or to your person. So everybody have been afraid over the period of time. I know there were some times that people open their phone and they want to get information. He has information. He's trying to provide the information, but the language he's using to convey the information is unpleasant. There were people who, they want to get that information, but they don't have the strong, mental or emotional ability to listen to some of the things he said. Nobody hates their fellow citizen, but we must live in a decent society. So what do you think? Do you think with what has happened, what version of Prophet Key or Justin Opa Yezian do you expect to see moving forward? We can talk about that this morning. After 6 months, power past strength. Power past strength. And authority must be respected. Authority is next to God, or if you want to say government. That's why we set our constitution, we set different statutes, different laws, different rules, different regulations. Even in every profession, there's a guiding principle. So it is important, because if we do not do that, we will plunge the world into chaos, uncontrollable chaos. So when we set these rules as people, we must live by them. If we say we want to build a decent, civilized society, we must do everything we can to ensure that we are building a decent, civilized society. Not for any reason we should deviate from that. Not for political reason, not for religious reason, not for tribal, ethnic, or any kind of reason we should deviate from principles that we set, saying we want to run a civilized society. So, what version of Justin Opa Yezian do we expect to see? Let's have some conversation. Let's interact. Let's interact at 8:15. I'll place a call to George Proud. Yes, so that we can also ask him some questions. When people take some action, we want to know what is behind the action. That's our work to continue to ask questions. So this is Marka Davis. This is the OK Morning Rush. Call on 0777-700-995, 0555-995-995. What version of the prophet do you expect to see going forward after 6 months behind bars? Punished not only for using vulgar language, on members of the Supreme Court or the Chief Justice, but also like even the ruling said against Liberian people, against Liberian women. So firstly, during the ruling, 6 months, 6 months behind bar for correction. A letter of apology in 3 permanent Liberian newspapers for 5 consecutive days. A behavioral bond. A behavioral bond. A behavioral bond to say I would never do this thing again. So moving forward, what version of Justin Opajizia should we expect, or do you think we will have now in this country? Let's take this person. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning. Go ahead.
My name is Da Plateau. Gabi Rickman Summer.
Okay.
I really appreciate that you are throwing light on this topic of fellow. And it is important that we discuss it because it has to do with societal decay. The first thing I must say is, look, for me as a person, I'm not going to place any value of expectation on one new left to a perfectly an old man. Like the Liberian people say, or the adage can say, old dog cannot be taught new trick. It's left in how you want to live. But I want to use this medium to congratulate the Chief Justice and member of the Supreme Court for bringing to light the societal reality that human being can be disciplined. And I want to say so shame all those that claim they will raise money for him. It's a shame. Those are the people who enable crime in society. They are the people who support and they pretend like they don't know what their attitude or their actions are doing. They are not different from the people who paid for Prophet yesterday. Okay? How can you say you want to raise money for a person who did not go to jail, for example, on false allegation, but on consistent and persistent national weakness and complete national deject is coming from out of discipline, from under the hands of discipline, then you say you raise money for you.
All right, thank you. Thank you for joining the conversation. Okay, yes, let's hear you. Yes, let's have national conversation. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka.
Good morning.
And let me say good morning to the Liberian people following the broadcast. I'm D'Souza and I'm Joe D'Souza, phoning in from the community. Quickly, Marka, 2 things. The first thing has to do with the first talking point, the issue that has to do with the role. And I want to 100% agree with you because we have to start changing things. We have to have, what would it take us to have 50 years of strategic development plans that our road infrastructure will be inclusive, that we will not continue to be facing road after 5, 6, 17 years. We have to be intentional in our development plans, Marka. I'd like to appreciate you for that talking point.
Okay.
And we want to call on the government to get adjusted to these things. And the next thing is Dr. Key. Politics aside, I'd like to appreciate the Supreme Court for their actions. Look, we expect this environment to be a very moral terrain. And if Prophet Key is coming out, we expect him to be refined in his approaches in national discourses. So thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you for joining. Let's see from here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This one. Good morning. Good morning. You're live. Go ahead.
Testimony, joining your conversation this morning.
Yes, go ahead. You have to be a bit louder. You are low.
Okay. You getting me now, right?
Go ahead.
Okay. So, Marka, you have always made my day. Bring issues and topics that are of of national concern and they help society to navigate to another level. Congratulations for that, you and your team. Okay, if I okay, is one of Liberia's best committee.
Bagley, you have to bring the phone maybe closer to get your voice out clearly.
Okay, now you, much better now. Yeah, because the media is the bridge between men and information. So congratulations to OKFN, as I said earlier on.
Okay.
Very good. So there is a need. I can't let you put it. There were no way you are saying there's a need for national development plan. That's how other countries are developing, were developed, because there is a national development plan. And the government that comes in, follow the pattern. It's far too years ago. But I agree with former Secretary General of the Vanguard Student Education Party, that plateau. There's no need to celebrate the coming out of that guy. And congratulations to the full bench. And if we use the code, that suffering code, we can get the best out of what we have. If that code, if you do it another way around, the suffering code, you send it to the House of Representatives or the Senate, you get it best. Are you getting me?
Yes, we are following you, Chief.
They just deliver, because you cannot have a single person who says he lives in Morocco bring down as a woman who told the even said more her issue with them that to gain said money to are giving him almost 30 years in prison for bringing down women.
No man, what new version of Prophet Key do you expect to see?
But Marka. If you look at the theory and you follow the way women give birth, all of that, my man, that man should not be outside. They make their woman just cause man cause.
All right, thank you. It's okay. You're not answering my question. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're live. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, my issue has been drawn. My attention has been drawn to. I'm sorry, I'm Peter Smo. My attention has been drawn to the issue pertaining to the land status. Yes. You brought up good idea, because you're just someone selling 200 acres of land, 300 acres of land, and if you happen to go there is no good audit system. So I want to tell the government or those who hear in the land authority. The land authority, I think they are the problem pertaining to land issues and other problems in the country pertaining to the public infrastructure. Because if the land authority is over every land, over everything, before a client, before someone buy land, the land authority got to be in for. I think our audit system and other things will be settled in this country.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Let's go for this one. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Good morning to your listeners, follower. My name is Isaac. I'm Isaac Wood. I'm Professor Victor of
Okay.
I'm following the conversation this morning from my website and Cedric Brother. I want to say thank you to you, but I want to speak directly to Israel. I will ask them always with no hard time. But
Justin Opa is here?
Yeah, Justin Opa, thank you.
Okay.
So, we want to say thank you to the Supreme Court and Chief Justice for their action taken upon this young man. Because we believe our aim will be a strategy for good audience, for people to get good things from their information to see reason to think that it can happen in that important world. On the other hand, too, if we want to start a task also to the Chief Justice and that of the Supreme Court members on that bench. To say to them, it is not be about perfection. It will be about our area. Any man who was expecting that century of perfection tomorrow, that will be the full action taken upon them. It should not be about my unity, I'm a citizen, man, I'm a AP man, or I'm a CNC man. It should be about the decision I was taking upon perfection, the applicant decisions to be taken upon any other man, whether it be a minister, deputy minister,
Okay, thank you. Good morning. I don't know why some people can sound low. I don't know how they can
Good morning, Marka.
handle that on their phones. Go ahead.
Let me say good morning to your, your listening audience.
Okay.
I'm Marka, this is Peter Bena, and I joined on this 11 this morning. Marka, I think Prophet Key has already realized that he won the public. I read publication for him a week ago, I think so last week, apologizing to the people of Liberia for his behavior towards the public. So I think he has realized that, to be who is not part of our culture, then he has pledged never to go to that activity anymore. So I think the public now have to see reasons to have a sympathy on him, to embrace him into the society, so that we all can live as a country.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka.
Good morning.
Marka, I'm in
You're sounding low. I don't know.
Marka?
Yes, go ahead.
My name is Theophilus Tito the second, and I'm in Monrovia.
Okay.
Yes, so Marka, thank you for the conversation. But very quickly, I want to throw light on two issues. Number one, you talk about road, the construction of road, that government should be very intentional. Yes, it is a good thing for government to be intentional, and I want to assure you, Marka, that this administration, have you done your independent investigation as an independent journalist? You will know that road constructions currently under this administration across the country will last for a very long time. Because this administration is constructing, it's not constructing roads for 6 years or for next elections. This administration is constructing roads for the next generations to come. And so those roads are being constructed currently under the raw aggression team headed by Mr. Jimmy. I can assure you that the roads in Liberia will be very strengthened. Lastly, let me speak to the Yenzik issue. You said, what character do we expect of him?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is expected that when the man faces punishment for his actions, when he released from such a punishment, he should be able to change. But this is what I want to say, Marka. The Chief Justice and Justices of the Supreme Court allowed this brother to go to jail because he alleged or he insulted the Chief Justice's mother. But don't forget that he also made an allegation against the Chief Justice and Justices of the Supreme Court that they are very corrupt. Has that corruption allegation has been dealt with? Does his 6 months in prison address the situation that the alleged allegation that the Chief Justice and Justices are corrupt? So then you send this man to the man said two different things. One is success, and you only took one serious and forget about the other one. So should we agree with Prophet Key that yes, no insulting is not good, so he goes and face punishment for insulting. But then the allegation he laid is correct because the Chief Justice and Justices did not address that. They only sent him to jail for insulting. So now we cannot carry the opinion that the Chief Justice and Justices.
But the people will take themselves to court.
Come again?
Can the people there take themselves to court?
Whether the people can take themselves to court?
Yeah.
You mean the Chief Justice and Justices should
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, because somebody have to take you to court to prove maybe that you've committed a crime, but nobody file any kind of complaint or legal challenge.
No, but this brother made this allegation against them, and it's the same brother who insulted them. So they took the insult very serious and they jailed him. What happened to the allegations of corruption against him?
Then when the brother comes outside, he presents maybe his pieces of evidence to the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission. Then the investigation pick up from there.
Marka, but I've already made the allegation. I thought that the Chief Justice and Justices would have addressed this particular matter the same way that they were strong and also questioned him on the insult, and at the end they sent him to jail. They were supposed to press
So
on him.
so if you were on the Supreme Court bench, what you have done?
Come again?
If you were on the Supreme Court bench, in that case, what you have done?
We have asked him to provide evidence of corruption against other of the justices.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, my brother Marka David.
Good morning.
My name is Marka B. Kruma, and I join your conversation on my way to town.
Okay. Thanks.
Let me appreciate you, brother, for your talking point. You know, I am a silent listener to OKFM.
Okay.
So most of the time, I quietly monitor all of your program. But today, my attention is being given particularly to this issue of national development agenda in our country.
Okay.
It is far, brother Marka. Liberal, as old as liberal is, we don't have a national development agenda. And this is what some of us have called for so many years. Let me just reflect you a bit. You know, William Aratovo introduced this from mat to mattress policy. At the time, according to him, he wanted to take people from mat to mattress, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was also a failed one. Then Doe brought the Green Revolution. According to him, we should focus on the soil, wherein we'll be able to have more middle-income earners in our country. That did not also work for us. Chancellor brought Vision 2024, which was another failed agenda. Manaseri brought the poverty reduction strategy. It did not also work. Joshua brought this pro agenda, which did not also work for us. Now, the Marka administration introduced rescue. So what kind of country are we that for every government come to power, they will introduce their own development agenda, which will not work for us? By the time they are saved enough, another person comes, they introduce different ones. Where are we heading?
And sometimes they don't give us a comprehensive report of what they achieved out of the 6-year plans. I mean, I haven't seen whether, for example, they say is it Vision for Transformation, one of the agenda of former President Salif, whether there were any comprehensive report to say, well, this plan, this is to what percentage we achieve. Maybe we achieve maybe 30% of the plan, maybe in education, healthcare also. I don't know whether we have that kind of report on any of these national development plans.
No, it can't be. Marka, it can't be. It can't be. And you know, politicians are smart people, so they will always play on the mind of the electorate so they can have the opportunity to give the second term, because they will tell you, oh, we started this, you'll have to give the opportunity to continue. And that is not actually good for us. So I want to join you and so many other Liberians for us to have a national development agenda in our country, right? So your regular political party manifesto can be there, but that national development agenda should be something that should not be touched. When Mr. S comes to this point, you will come and just pick up from there. That's how the country is supposed to grow and develop. But the issue of political party agenda is not helping us. And let me close on the prophecy issue. Am I hearing that people going to a service this morning to welcome the release of prophecy for prophecy?
I want to know, people have been raising money through a campaign launched by activist Martin Colley. Says they want to give Prophet Key some money to start because he has families, he been behind bar for 6 months. When he come out afresh, they want to give him some money to start.
Come on, Marka. That is comical. What kind of content is this? Marka, everyone knows Prophet Key is someone who does not have respect for women who. Liberia is a traditional country.
Why will you get someone
No, Prophet Key is now coming out as a new person because number one, he's reading a letter of apology published in 3 newspapers for 5 days. He's reading a commitment, a behavior bond that he will never do that again, and he has served 6 months behind bar. So we expect that he's coming out as a new person.
Marka, let me make you understand that snake is not a pet. I know Prophet K is just doing that so he can be released. When Prophet K is released and we see the new version of Prophet K, that yes, this is the new version of Prophet K where he will have respect for women and he will treat people with utmost respect, then some will always say, yes, this Prophet K has actually changed. But anything other than that, don't trust him. Because myself used to be so embarrassed the way the man used to be insulting our mothers in this country.
All right. Thank you. Good morning. That caller slip off the line. Let me see this one. Hello. Also off. I'm trying now to link up with okay. Yes, so we will just hold the calls there and speak with our guest by phone. Like I mentioned, the former superintendent of Maryland County. He recently I saw him recently signing a membership form, and he said he was returning home. So Mr. Josh Prout is here, so we'll start our conversation with him this morning. Let's begin by saying good morning. It's great to have you on OKFM this morning.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, David. Thank you.
Well, sincerely, I have not been following you, in the past to know much about, your activities, who you are. So, and maybe it will be true for some of our followers who are also joining the broadcast, and they would like to know a bit detail about who is George Prout.
Well, thank you. I'm just another simple Liberian, or Marylander to be precise. I was born in Maryland County. I grew up there. I lived most of my time in Kepamas and became a school teacher. Later on, I got myself involved in government, and all along, I've been practicing in the government and got myself entrenched into the politics of the county until I reached a level I reached where, in the recent past, where I served as county superintendent for 6 years on the CDC-led government.
Oh, okay. You, according to you, got yourself entrenched in the politics of the county, rising to the level of superintendent. Tell us a bit about your political history. Which party you joined first when you start to know yourself?
The first party I joined was the MPP.
Okay.
My first political party was the MPP. I stayed with the MPP for a very long time. And then when the coalition was being created, there were other reasons that I cannot explain, for which I left the MPP and started to help the LPDP under former Speaker Alex Starter. And we all went into the coalition with the Congress for Democratic Change. When we won the 2017 elections, I became superintendent of the county. And then before the 2023 elections, the LPDP, along with other constituent political parties that were in the coalition, broke away from the coalition. And I still wanted to be part of the coalition, and I had to join a constituent party. So I joined the Congress for Democratic Change.
Okay. So, meaning for how long you were an official member of the Congress for Democratic Change?
2023.
Okay, from 2023.
Yeah, before the campaign and the election could take place. So, I mean, I've not been too much long in the Congress.
Okay. So the best part of your political experience is with the National Patriotic Party and that of the Liberian People's Democratic Party.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you were privileged because with Or better say, it was your right to serve your country, and the former president saw that prudent and gave you that opportunity. Um, Tell us, what was it like serving as superintendent of Maryland County? Let's look at um, some of the things that you thought to establish, or better still accomplish, especially in line with the agenda of the government that you were serving, the proper agenda for or the proper agenda, let's just say.
Yeah, like any good person, I appreciated and was thankful to former President Weah when he appointed me as superintendent of my county. It was a privilege, and the people of my county embraced me. Among all that we did, we were very much concerned about keeping the peace within the county. To be a superintendent in the counties, especially rural areas like Maryland, where there are constant land disputes, tribal issues, you have to be very strong. You have to be creative. You have to do a lot to be able to keep the peace among our people. So there where my strength was, making sure that land disputes were settled, mitigating, tribal conflicts, and I can say I succeeded in doing that, and that was okay. That today our country continues to be in peace.
We know there were different infrastructure projects in different counties. For example, the Emirates Hospital in Bapolu, the 14 Military Hospital in Monserrato County here, road construction in other parts of the country. What were some of the biggest infrastructure achievements in Maryland County under your watch as superintendent under the CDC administration?
Yeah, I remember, quite frankly, we received county development funds, 2 times during the 6 years, and we undertook some projects within the districts. In Barobo, one of the farthest away districts, we undertook a youth center for the first time in the history of that district. The young people really appreciated that. And then we came to Callaway, another district. We built the superintendent residence there, where the district superintendent now resides. In that same district, we built a commissioner compound also in that district. In Plivo, we filled on a project there, a bridge project. It was as a result of some misunderstanding between the contractor and ourselves. But then there was a school project which we came up with during our county sitting, but we couldn't implement it because we didn't have the money. And today it has been done under the White House government. In Harper, we renovated the prison compound. There was a time, if you remember, where there were some ritualistic killing that took place. Motorcyclists and angry youth vandalized the prison compound, and our prisoners were taken to River G on motorbikes. Sometimes the results were not good. Sometimes the prisoners ran away. So we got concerned and we renovated the prison compound. It's beyond today being used. Our prisoners are no longer being taken into River G as it was done. We also did the renovation of the administration building. Today it's okay, it's there. And so far that's all we could have done with county development fund, especially when we have received it on only 2 different occasions.
Okay. What could be your fair assessment of the performance of your government that you work in? Of course, you won in Maryland, but you lost the election nationally. And what you think were some of the factors?
Well, I can say the decision of not re-electing the CDC government that I was part of, I think, was rest with the Liberian people.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I can say.
Okay. Now, let's get to the latest development. Why are you leaving the CDC?
Well, first of all, I have been a member of
Party before. I left the Unity Party somewhere.
But when I asked you earlier, you said NPP and LPDP. You didn't mention Unity Party.
Yeah, I knew the question would come about. However, I think we can continue. Yes. To answer the question, I was once a member of the Unity Party, but that's not all. The recent wave of development that this government is undertaking necessitated my decision to leave from the CDC and return to the Unity Party. For example, the distribution of yellow machine or F-moving equipment throughout the country. Yeah, someone will say it's not the first time, but it was done during the Tottenham and Turbo era. Even at that, those machines were not in such quantity as they are today. So it is touching when my citizens or our citizens in Maryland, especially in the southeastern region, were jubilating for the arrival of those machines. I was moved. I was moved so much so that I went on my Facebook page and thanked President Marka and the government for those moving equipment, because I know definitely they're going to help with our. It's going to help with our feeder roads, and the complaints about feeder roads will be no more. They're going to help with agricultural activities when the local government will begin to engage in communal farming. You know, all of these plus many other development projects that the government has started to undertake has attracted me so much, and I want to be a part, of this development. So all of these have necessitated my decision to move into the Unity Party.
Have you been welcomed in the Unity Party, or are they seeing you like another outsider looking for a job?
I've been welcomed. If you look on the recent posts I've made, the comments, most of the comments are welcoming, and they know definitely I'm not just going to be just an ordinary person. I'm going to be assistance, to the party and to the government.
So people say Liberian politicians cannot survive outside of government. So some of you adopt the saying that where the sun shines, there where we hang our clothes. Is it the same story with you now?
Well, the Liberian people talk a lot. The Liberian people talk so many things.
But you say you can do plenty things now.
They are bringing the money, man.
Yeah, but you can address that.
Yeah. I've just narrated all of the reasons that precipitated the outbreak of my decisions. So I don't want us to go back and forth. You journalists are very tricky. I have answered the question. You bring it into another form. I've said I got attracted as a result of the wave of development that the government is undertaking. And any good Liberian will definitely love that. Another thing is that when I praise the government, some of my partisans in the CDC got so annoyed. They insulted me. They said so many things. So I started to ask myself. It said that as long as the United Party will be doing good, and I know they will continue to do good, and I myself continue to tell you thank you, is that how my party or my partisans will continue insulting me? I think the best thing is to excuse myself from such toxic environment.
That means you don't have a political thick skin.
Say that again, I didn't get you.
You don't have political thick skin. You're not tolerant.
Well, not that. If not, I would have left ever since. But there comes a time when your cup gets filled and you make a decision. And I think that's what I've done.
So, besides the yellow machines, the thing you mentioned, I mean, what different is the Unity Party administration doing from what the CDC administration did over the past 6 years? Because when you listen to critics of the government or some ordinary Liberians, they will tell you, but at the same thing CDC did, Unity Party were criticizing that the same thing Unity Party people doing. So there was no need for the change. I mean, let's hear your opinion on that.
Well, other people will say that, but there are other projects that I have learned about, and efforts are being made to ensure that those projects, come into reality. Let's begin with my county. In a couple of days, a contracting company will be taking electricity into a community called Giritabo. Giritabo is in Plivo. It is around the company areas. Can you imagine, since Firestone was given a huge parcel of land and built a plantation in that area, that community that provided land did not benefit electricity all these years. And I'm sure you know the history of Firestone. They've been in Liberia for almost 100 years. So that's the amount of years that our community have not had electricity. In a couple of days, the work will start, and I'm sure within weeks or months, for the first time in the history of that community, there's going to be electricity. Our
Okay, you stay there. Yes, go ahead. I think the call just broke.
Unfortunately, I'm out of credit, David.
Okay, so you can just text the orange number, then I will call it. Yes, so let's try and get him back. I needed you to send the orange number so I can call you. Yeah, so we are speaking with the former superintendent of Maryland County, Mr. Josh Proud. He served as superintendent from 2018 to 2024. So he recently tendered his resignation from the Congress for Democratic Change, and I saw him signing membership form with the ruling Unity Party. I'm asking him these questions to know why this decision at this point, and I think you were listening to his answers as well. So so let's follow the show. We'll try to reconnect with him as soon as he can send the orange number. I will call him, and then we will continue the conversation. But you're listening to the OK Morning Rush here on OKFM 99.5. We broadcast from Lynch Street here in Central Monrovia. The name is Marka Davis, and my guest on the phone is Josh A. Proud, the former superintendent of Maryland County. He's been laying out some of the work he did as superintendent of the county under the CDC administration, and also what is happening currently in the county. So let me reconnect with Mr. Josh Proud. Let's talk more. This is our country. We must talk to solve our problems, and this is exactly what we are doing here this morning, speaking with one of the stakeholders from the southeastern part of the country. So you are back. Let's begin from where you sleep off. Yeah. So
I was talking about a community called a town called
electricity
in Plivo. And I'll tell you, the calls that I receive almost on a daily basis from the chiefs, the commissioners, and young people in that area is that they are in jubilant mood. And myself, I'm happy that there's going to be electricity. And more to that.
But why are they calling you when you are not in charge? Why are they calling you?
I remain connected to the county, and based on how I led the county, the people of that county, the conversation between us continues. So let me move forward. In the same Plivo, the Water and Sewer Corporation will, in maybe a few weeks or months, be dedicating the pipeline water system in Plivo, something that has never been done before. All throughout the history of our county, we only have a water system in Harper. And under this government, Plivo is going to be benefiting. And it's good that it started from there because Plivo has a huge population and they actually need water. Coupled with other projects that I may not be able to recount on while we are talking on this show, I didn't know your question would have been directed, in this way. Or I would have cataloged all of them and be able to read them out.
Okay. So what did you bring on the table? Or did you come to collect something from the table?
Well, I'm available as a Liberian citizen. I don't necessarily have to be in the government to make my contribution, you know. But if I'm called upon, I have still a very longer time in my region, in the local government, and I have a lot of experience that I can share. But that's not what I am particular about. I am happy with what this government is doing. And I'm sure a lot of good Liberians will say the same thing, you know, and so there where we are.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. Again, I mean, let us also hear from you. One of the trending issues in the country recently is this entire drug saga. How do you grade the government handling of this entire thing? I listened to the former president Ellen Johnson Sirleaf the other day. She said the government has to be a government that international partners and investors will have confidence in. You have to make yourself for people to have confidence in you. Other than that, only bad businesses, the drug business, will be coming to the country.
Well, David, if you look at the arrest of people, if you look at the suspension and dismissal of people, if you look at how the president has become so proactive into the investigation, then one can build hope, you know, that at least some actions have been taken and there will be good results. All we need to do is to give the government some chance as they perform their duties. And I think the president is on good footing. Yes. In recent days, we saw suspension, we saw dismissal, and new people are being brought to fill in those vacancies so that there can be change and improvement so that the war against drugs will be successful. So we can grade the government, as doing well, I'm sure if we give them a chance, we'll give them the necessary support, they'll be able to do more. And at the end of the day, the government and all of us Liberians, we will have succeeded against the drug war.
Okay. You've been in local government in Maryland County for some years. Have they made about 10 years?
Oh, yes. I've been around there, I would say maybe around 20, 25 years. Yeah, I entered government somewhere 1999.
Okay.
When former Senator Dan Marias was superintendent of the county. He appointed me first as a special assistant. As time went by, I was appointed administrative assistant, and I worked with him for 5 years when the Taylor government was changed. And then I worked in President Sirleaf's government. I served as mayor of the city of Harper.
Okay.
And also, I've been around. I also work with the Ministry of Internal Affairs in monitoring county development projects. I also work with the Constitution Review Committee under former Senator Gloria Musu-Scott. So I've been around. I've been entrenched.
Why is the bigger political picture for you? At what level do you dream to reach in Maryland County?
Look, where I reached to serve as superintendent of my county for 6 consecutive years, I think that is okay, even if I don't get anything else. When I was growing up, I wanted to be a lawmaker. I contested in 2011. I didn't win that elections.
Which district was that?
Harper District.
Okay.
And then my next interest was to be superintendent because I love being in Kipamas. I love being there among the people. And I think that's why I succeeded, because I saw other superintendents how they failed. I saw how other superintendents succeeded. So I was able to put all of these together with the difficulty in that place in the county. Yeah, I was able to navigate my way, and I succeeded for 6 consecutive years. So if nothing else is added, I will tell God thank you. I'll tell the people of Maryland thank you. I'll tell the government of Liberia thank you.
So you scared to contest again because they just whip you one time?
My brother, like I said, when I got defeated, then I got all the jobs. I'm not that overly ambitious for positions,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just okay. But if the government decide to offer me something, I'm definitely going to take it because I think I have strength. I stay, able to contribute to the growth and development of the country.
That is important. But going forward, of course, having resigned from your former party, I mean, what cordial relationship do you still have with the CDC? And I mean, just to add this to it, what have been the relationship with you and the man who gave you job in 2018, former President George Weah?
Again, I said I remain grateful. I remain grateful to President Weah for appointing me, and I will always remain grateful. But in terms of relationship, yeah, we work together, but it wasn't easy for us, the superintendent, to actually meet the president. Our dealing was always with the Minister of Local Government, or the so-called Minister of Internal Affairs, and I don't actually remember sitting and holding discussion with the president apart from when he make visit there in the county. So,
Did that in any way hinder any form of your work in the county or other superintendents?
Oh yes, I think it did. Because the entire government rests on the local government. If the president at the executive mansion gave an order for the borders to be closed, it is the superintendents in the county that will effect that. And there are more information that the president will get if he or she makes it his business to hold continuous, like Maraseli used to do. I used to actually admire that. On a periodic visit, they will call the superintendent, keep your phone open, the president will call you. Because I witnessed that with the present superintendent of Maryland, when he was development superintendent and acting as superintendent, he's my good friend. And on one occasion I was there, when President Sally called him, they spoke for something like maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and she wanted information from the county. He provided that. So any president who will not do that, will not get in touch with the local government, he or she would not get relevant information that he needs to get that will help him or her in steering the affairs of the country.
What do you see as mistakes about previous administrations, maybe not just the CDC or the Ellen, but previous administrations as mistakes that you think other administrations should not repeat, especially in Maryland County?
What I just mentioned is one of them, making sure that the president finds out from the head of the local government what's going on there. There are a lot of things that go on there in the counties that the president need to know. And the president said he try her best. And I will encourage President Boykai and Vice President Kuhn and this present local government minister to keep in constant touch with the local authorities around the country. In that way, you know what's going on, you know how to prepare yourselves, you know what policy to come up with. Mind you, like Maryland is a bordering county to Cote d'Ivoire. A lot of things happen, when our people cross to go to Cote d'Ivoire. Yeah, the marketeers suffer a lot. So what I did was to always go into Cote d'Ivoire and create a working relationship, a friendship with my counterpart in that country. Like during this rainy season, so good the government is also doing the bridge project, but during the rainy season, the marketers can depend on the ferry, and the ferry is controlled by the company called CRC and MOPP. When they get ready, they will deny the people movement on that ferry. The people trucks will be parked on the Ivorian side, and a lot of perishable goods can be spoiling. And when the people go to me and I try to call them, they put up, a lot of bluff. Oh, sometimes then I used to take some hard action. I say, okay, fine. If you would not allow the people trucks to cross, your rubber also will not cross.
And that MPP blood used to come, eh?
So on one occasion, they reported me to Minister Selly. You know, that all the men block our pickups, he block our movement of our vehicles. And he said, "Yo, hold on. That superintendent, among all my 15 superintendents, he's level-headed. He's not a ruffian." So when he called me and I explained it, he said, "I hear you, Josh, go ahead." And I succeeded in having the people to cross the coast. So you see, this information needs to be heard by the Minister of Internal Affairs or Minister of Local Government. The President needs to have an idea of what's going on, you know, because the rest of the country is in the local areas.
Okay, so is there anything I didn't ask you? I want to open the line to have some conversation with our listeners.
Okay, I think the conversation was good. I appreciate it. And I'm not the type who always like to talk on the radio because sometimes you generally get so tricky. You end up getting confused and put ourselves in trouble.
Yeah, you're not getting in trouble.
But anyway, thank you.
Yeah,
thank
so
you so far.
stay on the line and listen to just stay on the phone and listen to some of the callers. Then you respond to them in your closing.
Okay.
Okay, so yes, Mr. Josh Proud is our guest on the phone this morning. He's former superintendent of Maryland County, former city mayor of Harper City as well. So he recently part ways with the CDC and is on his way to the ruling Unity Party. He said he's doing that because there are massive development ongoing under the administration of the Unity Party. So let's have some conversation. Call on 077-700-995, 055-995-995. Are the numbers you can call. Let's speak with the superintendent this morning, from the former superintendent from Maryland County. So I think we're having a very good conversation. Let's take this first caller right here. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone, Marka.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Stone Chris and call for the Chief Speaker District.
Okay.
Everyone, Marka, to the issue. You see that paper that just called. I think they are the back.
I think this is low. Maybe Blessing and helping to raise the headphone volume a little bit so that the guests can hear you. So you have to be very safer in the conversation on the radio. So yes, you should know exactly how you are addressing people.
I take it back. But I think these are the people that leech on government. You see, what he said? He said on 1999. He gained government. I think these are the bugger kind of people. How will you leave government within just 3 years, then betraying the party that even appointed you as superintendent? Do my God, disappointed that party, man. He from the side. I myself on the side about disappointing. Thank you.
Okay, so just go off the line. Mr. Pratt, can you maybe go online and be watching so that you can listen to the callers if you are not getting them? But are you but at least is it okay now?
No, I'm not. I'm hearing the person talking, but it's not clear. So you will have them to say what they say, then I'll get and maybe be able to respond.
Okay. But okay, let's take this one. Yeah, let's take this one.
Morning, Marka.
Yes, good morning. Go ahead.
I must say good morning to my good friend, brother Josh. My name is Focus. We're in Marka from the southeast. So I think we have to respect to my friend. His departure from the CDC is a constitutional right. No one could query it and no one could question it. But my disappointment comes when the Frau who served as city mayor, leadership happened, never been accessed. As a matter of fact, my grandmother has a property in Homer Station. I was the most justice city ever talked about in the southeast, although it's still working. I've seen him addressing himself. Not only that, Mr. Brown ill when President we are given the opportunity to serve as a superintendent.
The man feel himself for 6 years?
He felt on being some major undertaken by His Excellency President Weah. The West African Power Pool that supplies some part of the Southeast region. He didn't mention that. And that was done on His Excellency. And he was the I can say the district who was really in the Southeast and so far.
You should also mention the current bridge building project on the Gavana River Bridge, which was initiated by President. We have more near conclusion. He was in the nose. So I think the departure, it just shows his honesty. It shows his desperate quest to start a capital building as assistant director in the travel agency. It shows his desperation for job. I mean, he does real sincerity because some of the video
Okay. Okay. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka. Good morning to the P-Loving Service in Liberia. My name is Lauren Feng. I do join the conversation on the Japan Freeway.
I'm not. Hello.
Marka, when Christmas
Wait, let me
before,
listen.
you know,
Please, let me hear from you. Mr. Parr?
Good morning. Yeah?
You said what?
I said when Christmas will be good, you know it from the east. And let me appreciate your guests
Okay.
that were online this morning.
Okay.
Because, my brother, nobody loves to be in bad situation or to be on a bad tension. This government has done more. And again, I advise him, you know, as local person, let him send his resignation letter to the CDC, let him resign from there finally and start proceeding. So we don't want for him to be thinking. So thank you for giving me a platform this morning.
Okay. Let's speak with this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Murphy from the calling from Maserati County.
Mm.
Yeah, okay. I'm listening to the former superintendent. I mean, you know, the main contract himself, but let's say he succeeded. But then he started talking a lot of different things. I don't know. But for me, I think he has a right as a Liberian to join other political party. But he shouldn't bomb off the former ruling party because the former ruling party really gave you an opportunity.
But I didn't hear him bomb off in the former ruling party. What did he say that you think is bomb off?
To even say the Ichitabu and the current government carry electricity. If I don't know that the electricity, no government in Labrador, including Madam Sari, that prioritize electricity in this country than in President Weah. Because President Weah paid up to 5 to 6.
So is it a bad thing if he says, for example, electricity is going to Jiri Tabo for the first time? Is that bad muffin?
No, it's not bad, but he did not mention the effort of the previous government concerning electricity. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
You see? So let me tell you something. He did well during a change as superintendent. I mean, people praising now, but why this time around? I mean, they all learn somebody infrastructure development that is being carried over by this government. Try to see the yellow machine going in the country it does not mean that development have gone there.
Okay, let me take the last one. We just have like 4 or 3 minutes to go back to him. Go ahead.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, you're live. Go ahead.
My name is James Corey. I call you from UN Drive.
Okay.
Yeah, I want the former superintendent to elaborate on the issue because seditions are taking a lot of the glory from the past unity administration, making it look like they initiated it. Let him speak on a powerful quarrel because, as far as concerned, it was brought into this country by the past unity party administration. And even the raw connectivity between Grand Jide and Harper, Grand Jide and Morovia were initiated by the past unity party administration. So
okay.
he been on that side. He got better knowledge. Let me elaborate on it small.
Okay, so yeah, let's go back to him. So you are back on the line. So some of the callers raised issues concerning or including that you were not fair in the CDC administration in your grading of development projects in the county. One had particular problem with you saying electricity is going to, I think, Jiri Tabo for the first time, but you did not say that electricity initiatives in the county started under former President Weah. Another person wants you to elaborate more on the development initiatives that are done by the CDC administration on your watch as superintendent and a couple of things like that.
Oh, okay. I made no condemnation of the CDC-led government. in the conversation that we started and we are still holding.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you agree. I mean, not that there was not a lot that was done. When I was superintendent, I was always having periodic radio conversation in Maryland, and I was able to outline whatever we're doing. Even in this interview, I told you about projects that were undertaken from county development funds.
Yeah.
You know, fine. But I don't think that's what this interview was all about, to talk only about what the CDC did. I think if we look into the whole interview, the concern here is what must have necessitated my decision.
Mm-hmm.
And I have elaborated on that a whole lot. You know, my friends on the other side now in CDC will talk, you know, because there's still dissatisfaction. I understand that. But all of us have unlimited constitutional rights that we must at times exercise. I have exercised that right of freedom of movement and freedom of association. So I hope they understand that.
One particular caller mentioned that you say you've been around government from the 90s, and your decision to even leave the CDC, coming to the Unity Party, is still in search of government job.
Well, that's his opinion. He's entitled to it. I mean, I can't force words into his mouth. But it was good having a conversation with you, David.
Yeah, okay.
At another time, I will see how I can go in studio and get myself more prepared. I wasn't that prepared. I didn't know some of the questions that would have come.
Okay.
And but again, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for picking the call. It was good. Thank you. Okay, so he's former Maryland County Superintendent Josh Part there. He's been speaking with us on the OK Morning Rush this morning by phone. We actually wanted to know what prompted his decision to resign from his party, the CDC, and now that he's heading to the current ruling Unity Party. But that's what it is. You listen to him. The questions I was able to ask, I asked them, and that's what it is. Let's take this break as we anticipate the arrival of Councillor Tiawan Gonglo this morning. This break will be right back.
Calling all the women, calling every single mother. Oba, woman, let us unite.
Oh yes, the veteran voice. I'm in love with this song. Sometimes I play it by myself sometimes. So once I discover it on this computer, I'll always, been playing it. One of the youngest assistant ministers in the government will be celebrating his birthday on August 23rd, August 2026. Cooper passed away. From the Ministry of Mines and Energy, Cooper, happy pre-birthday to you. And you'll be celebrating alongside Grace Guy, who is also celebrating on the 23rd. Yeah, Cooper passed away. I know we just passed through the ministry, or I would. Yes, but 4 minutes past 9 o'clock, we have Councillor Tiawan Gonglo with us, like we announced this morning. They say, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they say. Yeah, that say is very important. No, but when I was announcing this morning, I was putting the say there.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I put it there consistently. Say. Say is very important. Yeah, but it's great to have you again. Of course, I saw you yesterday. How is everything?
I'm fine. I'm getting younger.
Yeah. But again, with a different person talking.
No, I feel younger. Okay. I may not look younger, but I feel younger.
No, I think you look younger anyway.
70 is just a number.
Okay, 70. What council you are going to?
We're going. And we have seen a lot.
I know.
I saw Tubman.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Talbot. I saw Doe. I live with the rebels. I work in interim government. First government I worked in. Then I was a harsh critic of President Taylor. And then I worked with Ellen and became a harsh critic of Ellen after I left government.
Why you always becoming a critic when if you serving some of these very administrations?
The thing is, when I'm in government, I can be the harshest critic of the president, but that's inside.
Okay.
So when I come out, I used to be the harshest critic of President Sawyer. I mean, the whole cabinet used to make decisions, and I was his executive assistant. And they would make a decision, then we'll go to the office on the full floor. I said, Mr. President, that decision you agreed to, you criticized Tubman about it before. So you look at when President Tubman does it, bad, when President Sawyer does it, now it's good. He said, how you can remember too, like you got like an elephant brain, because they say elephant can remember.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that? I said, yeah. He said, but I will not do it. So one time my secretary said, tell me you got to take it easy in the mansion. I said, well, the old people say you frisky. They can make decision, they change it. I said, I can't change it. I can just tell the president that decision, that action you want to take, now you criticize President Tubman, but you criticize President Doe about it. Then you can say, but I will not do it. And that's what you need around a president. You need people around the president who can give the other side. They can help the president a lot. So I used to do that. President Salif, I used to go to her office because she used to say, the government for 2 hours. It's so scary point in the government. Only 2 hours been to jail before. Then I used to tell about, you bring that jail business in. I'm an older jailbird than you. So, because I went to jail in 1978 on April 3rd, when you were deputy minister in government. Your government put me in jail. That do put you in jail, so I older jailbird than you. Then I said, but in the country here, the main thing that been happening, that corruption. And you brought people in your government who are your family members and friends. You made yourself the bargain. The side of the bargain is to make your government look good, but somebody else so corrupt. And your corrupt action against Swazi Genesis. People are not impressed with that. Assistant Minister of Post and Telecommunication, because he was allegedly selling power from the generator that time to the neighbors of postal affairs and getting money and putting in a pocket. I say bad for true, that theft. But the big one, they are putting your government who taking big money and they put down water side and sleep will know about it. Oh, for true. I say, everybody know that secret. Then she said, next week I'll get rid of them. one of them, and got rid of. So we used to talk critically. I said, then I would say, but everybody say you annihilated, but the way you taking decision for me, you load of cutting. I would talk about. So I used to be very harsh on her.
Okay.
Even some legal issues, say, but some other lawyers say different thing, and then you say different thing. I say, I'm your Solicitor General. If the other people say case there, if I say case not there, then let them come. But I am your Solicitor General. So yeah, I people can know I'm criticizing when I leave, but not that when I'm inside I can criticize. Okay. But you cannot have direct access to the president. Then you come outside to criticize. I see some people doing it in the government. I say, are they just trying to look for PR to say, I'm talking in there. But you can't be in there. Like here, you work in the station here. If the head of this station, there's something wrong, the hallway that you can't go on the radio. On the radio, I'm talking now that the hallway that, I mean, that one has opportunistic popularity you're looking for. Because you're in there. If you really want to correct, you are right there. You can correct it, you know. So that's why some people want to let government and say, but how come when you're in government, you're not talking there? I say, I was talking there. But did I have to come tell you I'm talking there? Then I cheap popularity. Because the whole thing is to fix, to correct things. And if you have direct access to correct, why do you have to come outside? And I think it's just political. Some people can do it just so they can say, and you're more out there out talking.
Yeah, that teaches a lot of lessons. Yeah, so I think it's something for people to take cue from. You can be inside, and instead of criticizing inside, you come outside to criticize. Why you can say indoor, you come outside
to
and
correct
say,
it. I see some lawmakers who are part of the Unity Party government who campaign for the Unity Party government, right? There are things going on wrong, and they go in there. Instead of going there to correct it, they have direct access to Unity Party members who are ministers, right? Who are heads of agencies and corporations. Because your real idea is to make the country move forward. It's not for you to say a different, even though I inside, but it's a bit of selfishness, you know what I'm saying? If you want to correct things in your interest, you have direct access. In fact, you lawmaker, you can even call a minister to your office. Not even officially, because and say, look, this thing going on in your ministry, this is how I look at it. Because some of them being ministers before, some of them being, working in the executive branch. And give background. Maybe the president is making honest mistake, right? You don't have to come out to say it because you want to correct things. That's how we want the government to operate. We don't want the person who want to show that, oh, I was there, I was part of it, but this is what I would do. And you heard me that time. Nah, it doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, well, that's the introduction there. But how are you and how is the Liberian People's Party?
Liberian People's Party is moving on. We are gradually.
Are you a real political party person?
Yeah, I'm a political party person. I'm a founding member of the Liberian People's Party from the 80s. We went to jail for it. We've been with it, but I'm also an activist. I'm also a pro-democracy person. And I've been talking, I've never been quiet from 1978. In fact, let me say from 77, because I remember the editorial staff of the university spokesman. And we suffer for speaking out critically to government. That is why I offer free service to all journalists in this country. Because if the space has to be free, open for everyone. That's the only way we know the other point of view to help our government. You criticize government even react. That's all good. And then it will stop us from going to conflict. I think we should keep talking. And for me, that's what I've been doing ever since. So both political party and outside, I've not had, except for running to be standard bearer of the party, and I've not had a party position like the Secretary General or chairman of a committee or that, but I've been a very active member.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything that has happened in the past 1 year that have changed your opinion about this administration?
Oh, many things. I've said I influenced my party to support the candidacy of President Jose Marka, the Unity Party ticket. And in a statement that we wrote, that was read by the chairman, we said, in the first 100 days, these are our plans. We had our 10-point agenda. Mm-hmm. We believe it's good for the country. We believe that you are in a better position to implement some of these things. But if there are missteps, we'll point them out. And we've been pointing missteps out. The main thing, they've done good job in some areas on the road project. Road, every government has done something about road. Even, I said something the other day in a conversation at that time, I said, that's not the road we're talking about. I said, let's face it, even Taylor built road. The Nuku Town road and the I think Looking Town road were built by Taylor. And since that time, nobody, I think he built it with cement. And it's still surviving, right? So then the next government was Ellen's substantive government and Karen road project. From time to time, every government has been building roads. And sometimes when some government, even under Ellen was stated, this is the government that built more roads in the country than all the governments since 1847. I can't say, even though I was part of the government, I had left government that very day. And it was in her State of the Nation address, I think it was either 2011 or 2012. I said, no, that's not true. The road that Tubman built from, I think, Kirisburg to Kipamos is still the longest road in the country. The whole place was forest. And that is why people in my late father's age and all that, my father was a teacher, we used to disagree with our criticize Thomas. Say, move from here, man. You ain't know what happened, they play with forest. We used to walk all the way to I think Salala or so, to get on the truck to go work in fire to us, forced laborers to work there. The whole place was forest. You walk in, you see, lepers and other post care. The man opened the road. He went, and when he became president, he went through the country in a hammer, passed through your hometown, Gawi, all the way to Tapata. That straight road has not been done yet. He passed from, across the St. John River, went through Gawi, went through Kwetu, went through Zia, and all the way to Kepamo. Then he said, the next time I come on this road, I will build a road. I'll come in a car. And he did. So we are critical of him politically, but in terms of infrastructure, I think nobody has matched Tubman yet in terms of infrastructure. I can say this is a controversial statement, but just in Monrovia, my father, we were arguing one time, just before his death, I think 2 years before he died, 2015. So we're talking 2013, and he said, look, why you not do since Tubman died? All the way you're criticizing Tubman, he said, you see JFK, all paid by Tubman. Temple of Justice by Tubman, the Executive Marshal Tubman, Capitol Building Tubman, Finance Ministry Tubman, the two ports, the Roberts Field Airport, the MPA, and all the ports to keep up to Kipamos. He want to name me all the infrastructure. I say, yeah, but he the only one politically you are suppressing people. You should allow other people, maybe other people have better ideas to do more. But he alone sat down there for 27 years. He said, yeah, but let me tell you something. He said, look at the three-party building. Look at this one. He named all of he said that electricity that the man brought up. He said there was no quota in Monterey that the man brought up. So he could defeat me in the argument, but I still say, look, but he said, my friend, oh no. He said, then the man built schools from every town, every major town along the road. Saclay, Ganta, Tapata, Gray, Zule, all those schools that he built up to Kipamas, that the same school that stayed there. I said, Papi, you're right, you were three parties. Because all of that, I used to see him go to three-party meeting. He would come from there, and we three-party shite, because so the fountain shite that three come from convention. And that one didn't. I said, yeah, but your party led the country for a long time. He said, but okay, what you are now do since then? Now, so in terms of opening access to Southeast, this government has clear credit. Nobody can, And the thing that contrasts it and makes it even better and bad for the previous government is that the head of the previous government came from the Southeast, from Grand Crew. And by the way, I campaigned all over the country. I went to 354 towns, and I went to Southtown. The road was so bad. And so when right after the election, I went for what the man in Benson going. He was a member of the House of Representatives from District 1 Grand Judah that died. He was a friend, so I went for the funeral. Guian, I think that was the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Guian. So I went for the funeral. I think it was in January or February that year. I went on the radio. I said, "What? This road came on. And that time my pickup was brand new." I said, if government doesn't do anything this dry season, when rainy season comes, the whole of Southeast will be cut away from Monrovia, from Liberia. I went on the two radio stations in Zurich. I said that when I came to Monrovia, I came on this very radio station with Clarence Jackson. And I said, I'm calling upon the government to do something this dry season about that road connecting Tapeta and Zwedru. Otherwise, the Southeast will be cut off. I don't take credit for doing it. I believe they had their plan, but that was done. And since that road was done in 2024, every year the government is doing something dry season. It has reduced the transportation to the Southeast, and it has made it easily accessible. So goods can move up and down, which helps the economy too. That is a plus. That has to be said. But in the area of health, agriculture, I said some time ago in Tishu, Lofa County is in the Saleh district. I went there because I bought 5 bags of rice from a local rice producer. I made a video about it in Monrovia. When I went there, they had a big program. They invited me to be the keynote speaker. When I said, oh, if President Bouakai, at the end of his 6 years, does not make Liberia self-sufficient in rice production or substantially cut down the importation of rice, then he has failed. Because, that the area will know him for agriculture, from LPMC to Ministry of Agriculture. I said the same way many Liberians say George will have failed, because he a celebrated footballer. We can't even win Waffle Cup, the West African Cup. We didn't win. We're not finalists in the African Cup. So I'm not even talking about World Cup, right? So many people say, we thought a football academy or academies will have been built to train more Liberians, and there will have been a significant improvement in the performance of the Liberian football team. Since it failed for some people, that was failure. He built Children's Park here and there, but now a Liberian people expect of him. Because even when he was running, he himself said, oh, you will build a stadium in all of the counties, the football will improve. It didn't happen. So Liberian people. So Honor Bouakai is doing things on road and all of that. He said road. But that road must be to improve agriculture. If agriculture, especially rice production, is not improved, we'll put an X and say Ife, right? Then the next thing is health. As long as Liberians are still going to Ghana, not for medical treatment, just to know what is wrong with them, no improvement has been made in the health sector. My family is a victim of it. We had our brother, Vopi Gonglo, election magistrate. He spent a long time at JFK or taking treatment. They didn't tell us, they didn't know exactly what was wrong with him. Finally, they say, I think you got to take Mr. Gonglo to Ghana so you can bet. By the time he got to Ghana, he was little. First thing they call, 5 pounds of blood. I send the money. They say the blood just passed like water because by that time the system had broken down. And that's somebody with family support like this. What's about a lot of other like ordinary Liberians? And we keep hearing, people are going to India for diagnosis to find out what is really wrong with them. People are going to Ghana. Until there is a slowdown in that trip, the number of people going for just to find out, because a doctor has to know what is wrong with you in order to treat you. On the radio station, many times people are coming and say, somebody trying to raise money to go to India. Most often is to really know what is actually wrong with that person. That's a failure in the health sector for me.
Okay.
And then rule of law. Rule of law part, the failure is just so much. Because
what are the instances?
One, in fact, there are plenty. Let me start with one. Lack of respect by the president for tenure positions.
Okay.
Tenure positions were created by the Unity Party-led government in its last term. And the argument was, well, we all supported that there are some positions in running government that need to be protected from the politics of the day, because they are vital institutions, they are integrity institutions, and we don't want the politics of the day to affect it. That was a convincing argument. It didn't stay long, those positions passed. Then we came to power, CDC came to power, and they started, governments create spaces for their people. The first action it took, the matter went to Supreme Court say, you are wrong. The tenure positions are consistent with the Constitution. Article 89 talk about it, talk about GST and other commissions, and say other commissions, so it's consistent. If you don't want, we'll take the labor law, you'll pay the president for the remaining time if you don't want the president, but that position is protected by law. We didn't expect Unity Party that was the author of the law. It's like you write a book that is popular, the bestseller, then you get to power and find out that the book will embarrass me. Then you ban it, and anybody who read the book will be jailed. And the party gets to power, it dismisses people from LTA, from different governance commission. I didn't know about like 4 cases. All in 5 prohibition. The Supreme Court consolidated the prohibitions and rule against the government. I think 4 cases say, in fact, what you're doing, you define us, because we already have a ruling on this. And our ruling from Wiatan was supposed to guide government, in subsequent actions. We said, if you don't have then they went and suspended. When the Supreme Court has an opinion in the NDPL case, as versus the Senate, that if you don't have the power to dismiss, you cannot suspend, because dismissal is removal and suspension. Dismissal is permanent removal and suspension is partial removal. So the Supreme Court say, if the laws do not give you power to remove, you cannot suspend. That law is clear. But as I speak to you, the chairman of the National Independent Human Rights Commission is under suspension in violation of the Supreme Court opinion. Now, you can't say that and say you respect rule of law. That's one area. The other area is the police. Police performance is miserably poor when it comes to public safety. If you are driving in Mecca and since the government came to power, Greco Coma, the IG, I respect him. You know, I used to train at the police academy. I trained a lot of the senior officers, even Patrick Sudu, my student at the police academy. Incidentally, I've taught him, I think, 3 or 4 courses at the law school. I like to be, I said, the thing you're doing there, we're training you to make it better. But the thing is that he raised a lot, the hope of the Liberian people. Public safety, number one. There will be no tinted glass car under my administration. There will be no car without a license plate. And he stated all those things and people felt good because safety is so important. But under administration, tinted glass car, I like to say, we're promoting tinted glass car. I had tinted glass car too. I took out the thing. I said, especially when the drug thing started now, I've taken out my tinted. I said, we can't be looking for drugs, and then we have some cars that have suspicion. Let my car not be part of the suspected cars. So I've taken out that thing. The other thing is, I've saw some time ago, I've not checked recently, but some time ago, I saw one tinted glass car in the IG's convoy that had no license plate. I said, but this is like, you know, do what I say, but don't do what I do. Then the other thing is, from the last administration to now, every time my driver is driving and they have police inspection, police will ask for driver license, vehicle registration, insurance. Those are all revenue areas. I have never seen one police officer, even OSA inspection, say, check your brakes. I want to see your brake lights, your tail light. Let's see your signal. You know, your tire is smooth. I remember those are the things that used to be inspection. Your tire is smooth. No, you can't let the car go. You know, your tire is too smooth. You got to change your tire. Or they advise you, look, go change the tire. We don't want to see the tire tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That's public safety. See the number of accidents in the country. So police are not doing well on public safety. We talk about that part of rule of law. I talk about not respecting tenure position, Supreme Court opinion, and public safety. But more than that, Millennium Challenge account, our major failure, rule of law. MCC said in 2025, we score 45%, and said on the last time they checked unaware, CDC also scored 45% in rule of law. And I said from my SSO in Maryland Public School, 45 minus 45 are 0, which means there has not been progress in moving forward. You know. But before we conclude on that, we haven't talked about the drug business. I guess you want to come to the drug. But I want to say something controversial. But as a teaching moment, I want people to discuss it. We were discussing yesterday. We have the one economic crimes code bill before the legislature. And there are some members of the legislature who are insisting that the bill is unconstitutional because it's insisting that Supreme Court be the final arbiter of all the appeals that will come from the expected one economic crimes court. And I said, but a selective strictness, you know, strict compliance with the Constitution you're calling for. If we look back, especially the members, when you look at the Senate and the House, I would say the only people who are constitutionally in the legislature are the senators. Because
what happened to members of the House?
Because they were not elected from constituencies consistent with Article 48 of the Constitution. Article 48 of the Constitution says that representatives should be elected from constituencies. What they were elected from electoral districts. There is nothing in our Constitution but electoral districts. So when it comes to their own interest, they are selective about expediency and being liberal. It comes to the people's interest for us to have a code that will deal with impunity and strengthen the peace process so that it serves as a deterrent to future warriors and all of that, which is the people's interest. They become straight and say it must be consistent with the Constitution. But when it comes to them being elected, they are not straight. They are liberal about it. They are expedient. Because at the time they say, oh, if we talk about constituency, and let's say we look at the population, Nima, Monserrate, and some of those candidates, Grand Bassa, and all that, suppose the constituency is 40,000, because the Constitution number 20,000, or as the legislature may prescribe, which would be not less than 20,000 as a floor. So, because the Constitution says not more than 100 constituencies should be created in the country. So if based on the population, and they do the math and find out to get 100 seats, the maximum for a constituency would be 50,000. Some countries might just get one representative and 2 senators. So they look at themselves and say, oh, you know what happened? We got to have electoral districts. There's no basis of that joint resolution that it passed. Yeah, when they do pass joint resolutions approved by the president, it becomes law. But is that law consistent with the Constitution? I'm putting it to them since they want to be so strict, in terms of the not respecting the appeal chambers of the War Crimes Court to be the final. I mean, Sierra Leone Constitution says the Supreme Court is the final, but they have War Crimes Court there and brought some peace in the country, and nobody is going to war. Rwanda, every country has the Supreme Court as the highest court of the land, but for people who were elected based on expediency and to be so strict on the Constitution, then we say all of them are illegal. They don't have the credibility, the moral authority to insist.
So why if they say constituency and electoral district can be used interchangeably?
We get where the electoral district in the Constitution. What the Constitution does not give you, it keeps.
Okay.
Yeah, so where they got it, you cannot invent something that is not there.
With that argument, what would that argument do to this whole process of establishment?
I am saying we are looking at transitional justice process. We were a normal country run by bad governance that led us into conflict. We are still on the road to recovery. During the war, there was a lot of displacement from counties. Some people are not going back. Some people are going back now. A lot of people, some countries are gaining population, like because of GVL, for example, in southeastern Liberia, a lot of people, some people from Nima and other places are working at the oil palm plantations, and populations have grown in some of those countries. We should insist that in the next election, the representative must come from constituencies, not electoral districts. Electoral district is an invention by the legislature. It has no constitutional basis.
But it means the same thing, a geographic location. Is it the only thing that it is not spelled out in the Constitution as electoral district?
It is not called electoral district. And you know how the Constitution sets a minimum requirement for constituency.
Okay.
There's nothing about electoral district. So I am saying flexibility must be exercised in the interest of the people, the larger interest of the country. So they must show nationalism and patriotism to pass that War and Economic Crimes Code bill, because in the national interest, the issue of electoral districts is in their selfish interest, and they cannot be flexible about their situation and be inflexible about the collective interest of the country.
Okay, 9:38 is the time we have now. That's 22 minutes to 10. But latest development, drug investigation leading to replacement of the entire leadership of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency will now have a new acting leadership headed by the former Chief of Staff and former Defense Minister, retired Major General Daniel Zenka. What do you make of the latest development concerning this entire...
Let me say this. Drugs have been in the country ever since. I know. I mean, from top of time, we used to hear about drugs. I don't want to call names, but there were big people in the government that were involved in drugs. Drug business was here in the 80s. Heroin was coming. During the wars, were even worse. So we've been having drugs. But I must commend President Marka for the steps that he has taken thus far. Suspension, dismissal. These are all things that can have a chilling effect on would-be criminals. At least there are consequences for violation of the law. And finding the drugs and doing something about it, burning it, and on the way to prosecute people. I just, I was training the prosecutors last week in Kanta. I say, prosecutors and investigators should work together right from the beginning of discovery of any crime, so that the investigators don't make mistakes that will affect the effectiveness of prosecution. So on this drug issue, I'm encouraging the government for the investigators and the prosecutors to work together so that the evidence that will be available will be admissible evidence that they will acquire. They will get obtain the evidence through, legally, through a legal means, right? Because you could be strong, anxious to do something, zealous to do it and make a name, but then the result, what we want is for convictions to take place in his drug saga so it can serve as a deterrence. But if people who the community know to be really deeply involved are acquitted because the evidence was not acquired properly and therefore the government could not prove its case, it will not help us. It will be building impunity and promoting the activities of. Now, so the government has done pretty well there. But there are some lapses that I need to point out. One of them is the IG. The IG, people in government have to be careful when you make statements, because statements can improve public trust and confidence in the government or undermine it. When the IG, maybe I got it wrong, but I've read in the media, I've heard that the IG said that there are senior government officials who are aware of the drugs and the movement of drugs in this country. Now, we don't expect our IG to gossip. Our IG is there to root out, identify the criminals. So if you know them and you don't arrest them, you don't call their name, then it's in violation of the law. Our penal law talks about hindering law enforcement. Part of it is concealing information. You cannot have that information if you know that there are senior government officials who are connected to the drug. Arrest them, root them out, because they should not be there for 1 second. There should be no compromise. Okay. In this drug thing, when I went to South Africa to work for the UN in 1994, I read something at the airport. I said, "This is elegant." They say, and they were fighting AIDS, so they put a big board at the airport, Johannesburg Airport. No condom, no sex, no compromise. So there should be no compromise on any information leaking anywhere in this country, whoever you are. You can be a member of the president's family, friends of the president, because they're the highest. You can be a judge, you can be a minister, you can be a justice, whoever you are. You are connected to the drug because, like, I don't know whether you read my post up yesterday. We don't want Liberia to be like Haiti. Haiti was the first country, independent black country in the world, and today is ungovernable because of drugs. There are gangs all over. Kenya and some other people have sent the police, but are not restoring stability. We don't want Liberia to be like Haiti. Liberia is the second country in the world to be governed by black people. We don't want to follow that route. We must prevent becoming like, because there are drugs in Haiti that are controlling the gangs and making it difficult for the world to bring stability there.
Okay, so we'll end on this whole electoral reform process. Yesterday we listened to the NEC boss talking about increment in candidate registration fees. They talk about 10,000 for president, 7,000 for vice presidential candidate, senatorial candidate 5,000, representative candidate 3,000 United States dollars. Others are arguing that these fees are high. It would discourage people from participating in elections in the country. Others say yes, these positions they are vying for, very important positions. They should come with cost. What do you say?
My party has a clear position. I am personally against it. That leadership should not be determined by the depth of your pocket, how much you have in your pocket. Unless they want people involved with drugs to be the ones that are running this country, because they have a lot of money. Level with them, they will make it 50,000. We should not, make the electoral process a process that is determined by money. Not even looking at how you got the money. There will be the drug laws that will sponsor the elected officials. They have a lot of money. This country, government is doing a lot to root out the drug laws in this country. But even America, I find it difficult, and I don't believe that all of them will be rooted out. They will just say, okay, we will sponsor who becomes representative and senator. They would control the whole branch of government. They might even sponsor presidential candidates, and then they take over the country. Becoming a representative, senator, or president must be based on your track record of honesty, showing your nationalistic spirit and patriotism to this country. It must not be determined by how much money you have. Otherwise, we'll put the country in the hands of drug lords.
Why are you focusing on drug laws? We just started discussing, serious discussion on drugs recently.
Oh, but maybe we didn't know that some of the people in the house are being sponsored by we didn't know how they got there. I've talked to current representatives and some of the people who lost, who tell me, when I say I didn't even spend $200,000 and I got 1.4% on the president. They said, oh, Prof, somebody I teach, hey, I spent over $250,000 and I didn't win. Well, you got $250,000 for House of Representative position alone. No wonder when they go there, when the concession agreements come, they don't look at the national interest. Because you see, the companies come, if they know they will get $500 million a year from mining your iron ore or your diamond or your gold, they are prepared to spend $200 million to bribe. Because when they do that, after that, every year they will get $500 million or more. So they go there trying to. I hear some people are buying Caterpillar. For even the salary they make now, even though it's higher than salary of lawmakers in most countries, the salaries they make now cannot buy Caterpillar. But there are lawmakers with yellow machines. All right? Who did not have it? Because there are lawmakers who are yellow machines before going there. But there are lawmakers who are getting yellow machines now to build roads.
Where do you think they are getting it from?
That is what I'm saying. If we don't know where they're getting it from, then we can speculate that there's probability lies within the logical realm of probability that they're getting it from illegal sources like drugs. And so when they invest in the political process, they get there, they make profit through bar concession agreements to replenish the money they got, and then they use it to retain their position as well. We have to take money out of the politics.
So if the increment is your problem, what is good about the reform? Well, we talk about biometric voting and other digital system and other
digital is good. Biometric, the digital system is good because it helps to flag out some of the impurities. But we made our position clear, or the chairman wanted the Senate and express our views on that. The 2% should be taken out because in violation of the Constitution. Look, let the process be legally free. You see, OKFM is surviving because of the quality of its production. There have been several radio stations in this country since the country became free in terms of opening media institutions that have closed by themselves. Nobody closed them down. They're not getting business because they're not performing. I've seen newspapers, one of them called Liberia Digest, many newspapers have come and fallen. Sometimes you see like 20 newspapers in the market. Then after some time you found only 11. Then sometimes it drops to 9. There are some that are coming, and after 1 month you don't find them, then they find one story, they come again. That is how the electoral process should be. Just as three party, NDP, all the ruling party, MPP before are dragging behind by themselves. That law that put them behind. We should not create any law to even provide excuse for anyone who would not have performed, right? Any party that would not have performed. Let it be free. And parties will fall by themselves. In Europe, in America, they got plenty of political parties. But they even have the Communist Party of United States. Many people don't know that, But the Communist Party of the United States has never won presidency. They got the Green Party. There are several parties, even in Britain, in Germany, in France. There are some parties that have been there for more than 50 years.
Just leave them, let them struggle by themselves.
Exactly. Don't give justification, and now put the 2% we're going to win. No, leave it. Okay. And in this country where we have high experience of war, there are some people who are crazy, who could be like John Coney in Uganda and go in the bush and say, since you don't want me and participate, I will create war and everybody will suffer. We should not give any justification for anything that will affect our peace, unity, and progress.
Okay, we should not give justification for anything that will hamper our peace and progress in the country. Councillor Tiawanse Gonglo is my guest here this morning. He's the political leader of the Liberia People's Party. So let's take some calls this morning. 0777-700-995, 0555-995-995. Call. Yes, let's hear from you on the conversation that we're having here this morning with Councillor Gonglo, the former presidential candidate who visited more than 300 towns during the campaign. This first caller right here. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Marka, I listen keenly to the councillor, the well-elected councillor. This is Washington Modiba from Jokostown. But actually, councillor, I'm just sorry because our country, people that actually want to see this country moving forward, they probably don't look at them as the best. But however, we will continue to follow you and we will pray after President Marka time, maybe after maybe the first time or second time. Some of us were ready.
Why not now?
Well, ready. Well, no, but the President Marka doing well now. For me, he's trying. Let me say he's trying. So I will pray for him to succeed. But actually, I made Marka the councillor. Every time he go on the radio, he will always say good thing about this country. So I'm not commenting from that. So all we are listening to him, we are following him, but we do it now. Let us all pray.
Yeah, but just remember the council is in his 70s now.
Yeah, God turns the best. It be something, nothing what God say, The day they go ready for you, nothing will stop it.
All right.
Marka.
You want to call him an aging president? Good morning.
Good morning, people of Marka. Good morning.
Morning. Go ahead.
Good morning to my honorable man, my kinsman. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My attention has been the decent work out there. My name is Flem Shaw, and I call from Louisiana. My attention has been drawn to the decent work out there. Honorable, please speak with our lawmaker that the decent work out there, they need to be revisited. Since 2025, we are still making $143. And they are saying that it's okay for us. We feed our children, we send our children to school. I listened to Mr. Marka, Honorable, he said you can't eat after 7 o'clock. It will disturb your stomach. But if your food will prepare for you 9 o'clock, you will not eat it when you're hungry. That's the time we receive our money for us to provide food for ourselves and our family. So why is it that our lawmakers, they are not visiting the decent work I do? Some of our brothers are security. They work 12 hours and they pay them $75. If they miss one day, they take $5 from them. And which, of course, they are not paying them $5 per day. It's somehow embarrassing.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka, and good morning to the Leather Council in studio.
Good morning.
This is George Guano, I call you from Morovia.
Okay.
I just called to weigh in to appreciate Councilor Gonglo for the preparation this morning. Council, people like you in our society, are playing a role. Maybe you may not have the overwhelming authority of the Liberian people to achieve your political goal, but I would like to, thank you for your continuous guidance to the population and to government in our present and past as to how the state of our country should be. We appreciate you. We appreciate your continuous, stand, even in the legal profession, by training people that will come out to be good people in our society. I say thank you very much this morning and continue your good work. Thank you, Council.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me say good morning to the councilor. Marka, the councilor and one of me and Beyond I'm not chasing, right? So now you can hear me. I'm lying to you. But they put suffer out today.
How?
Very good. He said you are friendly with Ellen, my brother.
Friendly with or working in her administration? Friendly with or working in her administration?
I don't know, but probably they were connected, right? He said he's saying to visit her to her office. So I expected
But
him
the
to
Solicitor General now.
It's one regime that everybody wants to support. So please, let's see how best we can build the security system. Anytime we should do our recruitment. We should be discussing about recruitment about national army again in the country. But they all feel that when they call it either they're different, they're making ourselves new. And they were down here 1 year, they don't want to suffer there, some are chasing it. But today, they're still living by the same political way.
Okay. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, Marka, how's the morning?
Yes, I'm great. 30 seconds, please.
All right. Let me say good morning to the Leather Councilor.
Morning.
Yeah, Marka, most of the time that when the councilor go, I usually follow him. Yeah, and then he speaks. He got too much experience in government. And I do want to believe that during my last time, he was working, I think, as Solicitor General in there, which he resigned. Joria did not call him. I don't know whether Joria called him to work along with him. That is to help the system. But my question to him, with all the experience, no matter when he go on air, he really speaks his mind and people see him as a rep person. With all the situation that is unfolding in the country, my question to him, I want to find out whether Joseph Boga ever called him at least to help work, help settle the labor issue, the job issue. Then he gave him the expertise that will help the country then every time just to become president at home and what have you.
Okay.
So please ask whether Honorable Boga ever called him to provide his expertise as it relates to coordinate labor and what have you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You finished asking him already, so Council just answer with.
All right, so let me start with the labor issue. The Decent Work Act, I think that was the first question. The labor law of Liberia was, I think, more than 20 years, more than 30 years. The labor law and the labor practices law, there were two laws that were. Then, under Kofi Woos, there was discussion about Decent Work Act, and it was being drafted with the help of the ILO. Then I came and my administration completed the draft and presented it to the president. It was a big improvement over the labor law we had before. So it was under my administration that I was presented. And I also had the regulation number 17 that increased the work permit fee from $400 to $1,000. But I'm not there again. It is expected, laws are based on current experiences of people. So now that with the Liberian National Labor Congress that we work with that time, and the Employers Association, Chamber of Commerce, and the Ministry of Labor need to get together and relook at the labor law based on current reality. It's called the Decent Work Act of 2015. So that means it's at least 11 years old. And so those people who are talking should work through the labor union to see how there can be a review to do an adjustment, especially at a time when the lawmakers are making so much money, and the disparity, that means the difference between what the lowest civil servant makes in the country and what the senator representative makes is so high. It probably take several years before a security man will make one more salary of a senator.
Okay, so Council, you just have to use 30 seconds. It's 10 o'clock. Yes,
all right.
Please.
Okay, good. And the other person who spoke about being Ellen government has view, but I serve as minister, I serve as Solicitor General in Ellen government, and we used to advise on all of that. And you say we shouldn't come. What I express, he expressing his view, and if he falls in trouble, I will represent him tomorrow. I respect him for his view. That's it. That's all I can say.
Okay,
right,
thank you for coming, Council. Well, he's considered Tiawanse Gonglo. He's been our guest here this morning. Political leader of the Liberian People's Party, former presidential candidate, renowned Liberian lawyer. We're taking our leave. We'll be here tomorrow morning. Blessing Nimle, Abraham Kane. My name is Marka Davis. Have a wonderful Thursday.